Hey, Blogs here, and here for another game. A game we all love. A game invented in the mid-1970s on home video games console. And I know I'm really close to the camera, that's because it's the way it's set up. I'll move back a tad. Angle it up. And also thank you Jordan GV for lending me your HD camera to do this review, because the cameras I got won't film it. So anyhow, this game was first released in 1970, the mid-1970s. Cast your eyes back to the mid-1970s. Atari 2600. ColecoVision, Sinclair Spectrum, the good old days. Anyhow, this game was released on the Atari 2600 first, probably, under the name of Surround, and I do have my little notebook with my notes in, because I can't remember stuff that well. This game Surround, appeared on Atari 2600. It was one of the release games for the game, and it had a big audience, to be honest, because it was one of the release games, but at the same time it didn't get as much attention as it does now. Anyhow, back in 1997, a little thing called the Nokia 6110 had the first export of this game on mobile gaming. We are talking about the game Snake. And due to the release of the game, it became, let's just say, more well known, a bigger audience. And the biggest audience it has was when it was in 1998 released on the 3210. I am playing from this version of the phone, kindly donated by Ivan, Chris and Kim. So let's crack on with the game. Now this version is a colour version, because it's a colour screen phone, and Snake is a bit more animated. Let's have a look, see what we have here. So here we go. Blurry, let it focus. It will focus in a minute. There we go. Right, so here you are, a little snake roaming the screen, eating your little bubbles. Now the aim of the game is to eat as many of these as you can, these little ball things, without dying as Snake. And every now and then you'll get a big one like so. And each little thing you eat makes your snake bigger, bigger and bigger, which makes the game harder and the levels progress. Everyone near enough in the world has played this game. Due to waiting for meetings, waiting for trains, waiting in offices, waiting at school, bored at school, you know, the first game you had, you can trust it had Snake on it. See your Snake getting bigger and bigger by eating these little ball things. And as you can see, Snake is animated. He was a monochrome snake, which was just a black square. Oh, and I died. Which was the black square. It basically looked like he was eating his own shit. And now he's actually a proper snake wiggling around the place. You can see that on the screen. Now this game, I can see why it got a massive audience, because it's the game to cure boredom. It's a bit like Tetris, and it holds the same question as Tetris, and that is, does it end? Because your snake can only reach a certain size before it dies, and that's a bit obvious. But you know, that is a good question. Does it end? Okay, got 640 then. But like I've mentioned before, you've got a wiggly snake, and he's not eating his own shit anymore. Because like I did mention earlier, back in 1998 when it was released on the 3210, there's a bit like the Game Boys, they only had two main colours, green and black. So now you've got this animated snake that doesn't look like it's eating his own shit. and then you got people in offices playing it. You got, I mean, this game is just a boredom curer. Every mobile phone had it back then, and throughout the years, there's been 8 Snake games on mobile phones. I won't list them all because simply don't know them all off by heart. And it come up to the 32, the Engage version, Nokia Engage, that had 3Ds, levels and goals and everything. So as you can see, it is a good boredom curer. It does get boring after a bit, but you can't stop playing it for some reason. If we look at some instructions, what you got to do, it says use 2468. Who do we appreciate? Snake! To control the snake. Eat any obstacles to score extra points. Eat bonus food quickly to score extra points. Oh, to control, say eat the food without colliding with any obstacles, and eat bonus foods quickly to score extra points. Some of the high scores on here. See how long people have been playing it for. You got different game types as well. You got the classic, you got the modern. What's the classic? Oh, the classic is that one. I thought it'd be Snake eating his own shit, because that's the one we all fucking like. Snake eating his own shit. So if we go game type and what's modern. Ooh, you got box, tunnel, mill, rails. Ooh, apartment. Select. Holy shit, I take it you can't crash into the wall then. Holy shit, that makes the game so much harder. So as you can see, there are different levels of Snake to play and things to do. It doesn't get all that boring, to be honest, but at the same time, to be fucking honest, it is a good game and a good boredom curer. I don't know what else to say on the game. It's not been the best review in the world, but you know, shit happens, right? Ah well. Anyway, a great game back in 1970s, a great game today, especially if you're waiting for a bus and you've got nothing else to do, because near enough all Nokia phones have a version of Snake on there. I still think the best one to play is the 3210 version, which is the black and white one, where it looks like, where it's just a straight line, looks like Snake's eating his own shit. But yeah, and moving back onto what I was saying earlier about a Tetris thing, does Snake end? Because there's a big question saying, can Tetris end? Is there a certain level of Tetris and the game will just finish? Can you complete Snake? That is a big question for everyone, if you can complete Snake. So anyway, thanks for watching, see you later.